everyone. When the tangent line at point A, comma B of the parabola y squared equals 4x intersect the x-axis at a point Q, the length of segment PQ equals 4 square root of 3. We're going to find the value of a squared plus b squared. All right, so we're going to use this formula for the equation of a tangent line at a point here on this parabola and use this formula here. The only thing is we don't have x sub 1 and y sub 1. We have a, b. So instead of that, I'm going to substitute my y sub 1 for b and my x sub 1 for a. So also let's look at this. If we have y squared equals 4 px, and our equation is y squared equals 4x, so then my p is just going to be 1. So they match up here. So my p equals 1, because we're going to need that for our formula. Now let's rewrite our formula. Our formula is going to be by, so we're substituting these two. By equals 2p times x plus a. Now that's going to be by, our p is 1, so that's going to be 2 times x plus a. All right, we're trying to find this intersection at the x-axis at this point. So let's look at the x-intercept. The x-intercept is when y is 0. So if I set this to 0, we get 0 equal 2x plus 2a. So if I solve for this, I'm going to have negative 2x equals 2a, or negative a equals x. So we need to note that. All right. Therefore, we need our point Q. Our point Q is going to equal, at y is 0, our x is negative a. All right. Now we're going to find the distance from this point PQ and set it to 4 square root of 3. So that means the length of PQ equals, use your distance formula, and that's going to be a minus negative a squared. And my 2 points are this one, and my P, don't forget, that is a comma B. All right, so then we have that plus b minus 0 squared. This is going to equal the square root of 4 a squared plus b squared when you expand all this out. And then we're going to have this equals 4 square root of 3. Solving this, we're going to square both sides. So if you square both these, you're going to get 4a squared plus b squared equals 16 times 3, which equals, this part here equals 48. So I'm going to rewrite this in just a minute. Now let's look and see what else we have. We have point AB lies on this graph of y squared equals 4x. So if we look at b squared, our discriminant equals 4a, then we know that a is greater than 0. So we're going to let this be equation 2. Substituting 2 into 1, and equation 1 was, where is equation 1? Equation 1 is, I wrote it down, I forgot to label it. This one. So equation 1 is 4a squared plus b squared equals 48. So if you substitute 2 into 1, you're going to get y squared equals 4x. Let's see, let's look at this. We have y squared equals 4x So we have 4a squared plus 4a equals 48. All right, so I just substituted this b squared for 4a. That means if I divide everything by 4, we get a squared plus a equals 12. Now, that means this is a squared plus a minus 12 equals 0. If I factor this, I'm going to get a plus 4 times a minus 3 equals 0. So we're going to get a equals negative 4 and a equals 3. Or, since our a is positive here, that means we're going to disregard the a equals negative 4. So my a equals 3. So now we have b squared equals 4 times 3, which equals 12. And therefore b equals 2 square root of 3. So you square root both sides here, you get 2 square root of 3. Therefore, when you're adding a squared plus b squared, you're going to get 3 squared plus 2 square root of 3 squared. This is going to be 9 plus 12, and this equals 21. And that is your final value. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.